first coming to malaria, tell me the mode of spread in malaria. A mosquito bite. So malaria is caused by your plasmodium parasite. Okay, so it can be vivax, your falciparum, your ovale, malari. So according to WHO, 90% of the death from malaria occur in the sub-Saharan Africa, and children below 5 years of age are more prone to death. So Plasmodium falciparum is the cause of severe cerebral malaria. The other types of parasites which can cause malaria are your Plasmodium vivax, ovale, knowlesi and malaria. Okay. So now all these are transmitted by the female Anopheles mosquito. Coming to the life cycle, what happens when your mosquito, when you get a mosquito bite, they will release your sporozoites, okay? The sporozoites are the most infective form. So these sporozoites will go and affect our hepatocytes, okay? The cells in the liver, okay? So now in the hepatocytes, they will start maturing. They will form your trophozoites and schizones. So now these schizones will release your merozoites. Once these schizones rupture and release merozoites, these merozoites will go and affect our RBCs and it will enter your vascular, okay, your circulation, your blood circulation. So now these erythroids, these sporozoites, like merozoites, will mature to trophozoites, then form schizones, and again this schizone will rupture and release more merozoites and more RBCs will get infected. But sometimes these trophozoites, they also can form your sexual forms like your gametocytes. Now these gametocytes are taken by the mosquito. Okay, again the mosquito, if a mosquito bites the infected person, so these gametocytes will enter the mosquito. Okay, so now this cycle will now occur in the mosquito. So these gametocytes will fuse forming the zygote and further it will release your sporozoites. Again this cycle goes on. These sporozoites will again be injected in our body if you are bitten by a female Anopheles mosquito. So this is what happens in your is the life cycle of your malarial parasite. So remember one more thing, that when these schizones release these merozoites, that is the time when we get the fever. Okay, so malaria patient jokhon ashe tokhon ki bolbe? They will say that they are having bouts of fever and with chills and rigor. Okay, so whenever your schizones are rupturing, they release what? They release cytokines. So these cytokines will cause the fever in malaria. So coming to the morphological features, these parasitation and destruction of the erythrocytes are responsible for major pathologic changes in the body. So what will happen? The malarial pigment which is liberated, they will accumulate in the phagocytic cells of the reticuloendothelial system. So malarial patients will come with hepatosplenomegaly, means your liver and spleen will be enlarged. Then in falciparum malaria, there is massive absorption of this pigment by the renal tubules, causing your black water fever. Next, in the autopsy, what will you get? In patients with cerebral malaria, it is characterized by congestion and petechiae in the white matter of the brain. So cerebral malaria is caused by your Plasmodium falciparum, okay? So that is a very severe form of malaria which can even cause death. So now these parasitized erythrocytes in falciparum malaria are sticky and they get attached to your endothelial cells, which are the linings of the blood vessels, resulting in obstruction of your capillaries of deep organs such as brain and leading to hypoxia and death. As I told you, in cerebral malaria, patient can even So Plasmodium falciparum is able to infect these RBCs of any age. P. falciparum causes infected red blood cells to clump and stick to the endothelial cells, which I already told you all. Now this red cell sequestration decreases your tissue perfusion and leads to ischemia and further hypoxia. So in P. falciparum infection, your GPI linked proteins are released from the infected red cells and these induce your cytokine production. So as I told you, when your cytokines are produced, patient will have fever. And these cytokines increase fever, stimulate the production of reactive nitrogen species which lead to tissue damage and induce expression of endothelial receptors which increase your sequestration. So coming to the laboratory diagnosis. So how will you diagnose a case of malaria? First and foremost, microscopy. We will make a blood smear and we will see that the RBCs are sequestered by these malarial parasites. Then comes your fluorescent microscopy and your quantitative Buffy coat. Buffy coat ki? What is Buffy coat? When you keep whole blood e ki hoy? Whole blood jokhon amra rekhe di onekhon dhore tokhon ki hoy? Your RBCs will sediment niche hoye jabe and upore ki roye jay? Your plasma, তাই তো ওই প্লাজমা আর নিচে যে সেডিমেন্টটা হচ্ছে তার মাঝখানে লেয়ারটা is your Buffy coat. This Buffy coat is rich in your WBCs and platelets. ঠিক আছে? So ওই Buffy coatটাই আমরা malarial parasites পেতে পারি. Then next is your antigen detection, which is a rapid test. We have your MPDA kits, that is malarial parasite detection antigen kits. তো কিটে যখন করব, if the kit is positive, we can know whether it is Vivax or falciparum. Next comes your serology. Serology te we can do an indirect fluorescent antibody testing or an ELISA, which is your enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. And finally your molecular diagnosis, which is done by polymerase chain reactions. ঠিক আছে? তো শর্ট নোটে আসে এই জাস্ট ল্যাব ডায়াগনোসিসে কি কি লিখতে হয় এগুলো তোমরা জাস্ট মেনশন করে দেবে। ঠিক আছে? অত ডিটেইলসে ইউ ডোন্ট নিড টু গো। So this is your difference how your Plasmodium vivax and Plasmodium falciparum will look. So এখানে vivax এ যখন আমরা peripheral smear দেখি তখন we can see all these phases in your peripheral smear. These are the RBCs which are sequestered by these different stages of malarial parasite. ঠিক আছে? So এখানে কি দেখছি we are seeing that this is a ring form, this is a mature ring form followed by your trophozoite, then schizones and finally the gametocytes. Okay, this is how your gametocyte of a P. vivax will look like. Similarly in falciparum, these are the different stages of maturation which you are seeing in your RBCs. So this is a microscopic smear. You can see the peripheral blood smear finding where you can see these key form holo eta ring forms. Okay, egulo ring er moto dekhte. So these are the ring forms of your Plasmodium vivax. Okay, so these are the RBCs in the peripheral smear and these are all sequestered by these ring forms of Plasmodium vivax. And ekhane ki dekhchi, ekhane RBC সাথে এগুলো কি দেখছি? These are the gametocytes. Okay, gametocytes of your Plasmodium falciparum. So this is what we see in your microscopic examination when we see a peripheral blood smear. Okay, so malaria niye kono doubts thakbe tomader? If there is a short note you all can write on malaria. Next comes your leprosy. Leprosy te ki hoy? It is also known as the Hansen disease. Okay, so it is named after Gerhard Armer Hansen. So it is a slowly progressive infection caused by Mycobacterium leprae and it mainly affects the skin and your peripheral nerves. Next, the mode of transmission is not known, but human respiratory secretions or soil are the likely origins. Droplet infection hoy ekhane through aerosols from person to person. It has a long incubation period of 2 to 7 years up to 20 years, low transmission rate, and due to slow growing nature of the bacteria and the long time it takes to develop signs of the disease, and it is often very difficult to find the source of the infection. So what is the pathogenesis? So these Mycobacterium leprae, they are কিভাবে spread হচ্ছে বললাম? Respiratory droplets, তাই তো? So these Mycobacterium leprae, they are taken up by the alveolar macrophages, okay? Alveolar macrophages, and they are disseminated in the blood. So they are taken up by our alveolar macrophages. Alveolar macrophages কোথায় থাকবে? Alveolar এর কাছে, তাই তো? তো ওখানেই থাকবে, তো ওখান থেকে macrophages গুলো নিয়ে নেয়, নিয়ে they are transmitted into the blood. So these replicate primarily in the relative cooler tissue like skin, extremities, peripheral nerves, eyes, etc. It proliferates best at 32 to 34 degrees centigrade, and that is the temperature of the human skin. So now this Mycobacterium leprae, it causes two strikingly different patterns of the disease. One can be your tuberculoid leprosy or your lepromatous leprosy. ঠিক আছে, এই দুটো extremes. Either they can cause tuberculoid or they can cause your lepromatous. And this is determined, কোনটা হবে কার? This is determined by the helper T lymphocytes. ঠিক আছে, response of your body immunity. ঠিক আছে. So now coming to the classification. So এখানে যেটা বললাম, if a person has a strong cell mediated immunity, immunity class হয়েছে তোমাদের? হ্যাঁ? So যদি কারোর strong cell mediated immunity হয়, then that person will have a pure tuberculoid leprosy, okay, which has a better prognosis. ঠিক আছে, যেটা ভালো, আমার immunity strong বলে আমার pure tuberculoid leprosy হবে. But if I have a weak cell mediated immunity, it will further proceed to a pure lepromatous leprosy. ঠিক আছে, which has a bad prognosis. ঠিক আছে, আর তার মাঝামাঝি যাদের ভেরিয়েবল থাকবে তাদের borderline হবে. Borderline will be a mix of both tuberculoid and your lepromatous. ঠিক আছে, so this is called the Ridley-Jopling classification of your leprosy, okay? So মনে রাখবে, pure tuberculoid যদি হয় তাহলে it will be possibacillary, মানে Mycobacterium leprae যে bacilli গুলো আমরা কম পাবো, আর যদি ওটা lepromatous হয় it will be a multibacillary, মানে অনেক lepra bacilli থাকবে. ঠিক আছে, so coming to your tuberculoid leprosy. Tuberculoid leprosy যেটা বললাম আমি, it has a strong cell mediated immunity. So strong Th1 response থাকবে associated with production of interleukins and IFN gamma. তারপর interferon gamma তোমার functions to elicit an effective host macrophage response, and hence the microbial burden is low. তাই জন্য আমরা lepra bacilli টা কম পাবো. These are the possibacillary leprosy. So antibody production will also be low. Next, coming to lepromatous leprosy. Lepromatous leprosy হচ্ছে যাদের weak T helper cell response থাকবে, person with weak cell mediated immunity. So it will result is weak cell mediated immunity, and they will be enabled to control the bacteria. So we will get more, it will be multibacillary type of leprosy. And occasionally antibodies are produced against the Mycobacterium leprae antigens, and these antibodies are usually not protective, but they may form immune complexes with the free antigens. And this can lead to erythema nodosum, vasculitis, and glomerulonephritis. Mane it can affect all other organs, okay? So that's why it has a very bad prognosis. So as I told you, it is a T cell mediated delayed hypersensitivity reaction. Hypersensitivity reaction opor class hoyeche to naki sob notun mone hoyeche. So it is a delayed type of reaction. So it is type 4 hypersensitivity reaction, and the antigens of your lepra bacilli are PGL1 and LAM, and genotypes of the host will be your MHC. MHC full form ki? Major histocompatibility complex, correct? So now this is a difference between your tuberculoid and lepromatous leprosy. So as I told you, your tuberculoid leprosy will be possibacillary, whereas your lepromatous will be multibacillary. These are mild and less severe, whereas your lepromatous will be more severe. Then in tuberculoid, you will have few patches of discolored skin, but in lepromatous, there will be widespread bumps, rashes, and there will be, since your nerves are damaged, your tuberculoid will have a numbed skin. In lepromatous, your numbness, there will be muscle weakness, then other organs might be affected. Your tuberculoid, because it is possibacillary, so it will be less contagious, whereas in lepromatous it will be more contagious, and in your borderline type, as I told you, it can be a mix of both. So here, remember, your tuberculoid leprosy will be a type 1, it will be mediated by your type 1 helper cells, whereas in lepromatous it will be type 2 helper cells. In tuberculoid it will be type 4, your delayed hypersensitivity reaction, whereas this is type 3. So clinical subtypes, as I told you, this can be your tuberculoid leprosy, that is the pure TT Hansen's, or your borderline tuberculoid, okay? Whereas in type 2 reactions, you will have your borderline lepromatous and your lepromatous leprosy. So these differences just go through once, ঠিক আছে? এটা তোমাদের রবিনসেরই চার্ট, ঠিক আছে? তো রবিনস তোমরা পড়ছো তো? হ্যাঁ? সো রবিন কি পড়ছো? ঠিক আছে, তো রবিনসে একবার দেখে নিও, ঠিক আছে, এই চার্টটা। So now how do you diagnose? So first and foremost, we will do a lepromin skin test, or we can do a skin biopsy or a skin scraping examination. So lepromin test আমরা কি করি? If it is positive, it is seen in tuberculoid leprosy, মানে পজিটিভ হলে it is a good prognosis. আর যদি নেগেটিভ হয় তাহলে it is seen in lepromatous leprosy and it indicates a bad prognosis. So what is the procedure of your lepromin test? So a tiny sample of the leprosy antigen is injected under the skin, like 0.1 ml lepromin antigen will be taken and injected intradermally, just beneath the skin, and the skin gets pushed up, forming a small bump. Now we have to look for a reaction, okay? Reaction e ki dekhbo? We have to look for an induration, ঠিক আছে? Induration e jodi first 3 days e peye jay tale it is known as your Fernandez reaction, and if it is found after 21 days it is a late reaction which is known as a Mitsuda reaction. So coming to your skin biopsy, ওটা তো lepromin test এর কিভাবে তুমি বুঝবে, এটা হচ্ছে skin biopsy. If a skin biopsy comes to you, এখানে this is what we see. So in TT Hansen's means your pure tuberculoid Hansen's এ কি পাবো? We will see granulomas, ঠিক আছে? যদি granulomas পেয়ে যাই তাহলে it is a type of tuberculoid leprosy. So granulomas এরম দেখতে হবে। So এটা হচ্ছে এমনি histological diagrammatic image, কিন্তু এইটা হচ্ছে what you see in a skin biopsy. You are seeing the epidermis, and in the dermis you will see that these are the granulomas which have formed, okay? And these granulomas mainly they will be surrounding your nerves, ঠিক আছে? তো এখানে আমি কি দেখছি? এখানে প্রচুর ইনফ্লেমেশন দেখছি, এই ব্লু সেলস গুলো, these are all inflammatory cells, and these are your granulomas of tuberculoid leprosy, ঠিক আছে? So in higher power, this is also a granuloma which you are seeing, which is seen in your pure tuberculoid leprosy, ঠিক আছে? এখানে Mycobacterium leprae count কত থাকবে? কম থাকবে, তাই তো? Paucibacillary বলে কম থাকবে। Now coming to lepromatous leprosy te what do we see? We see these foamy cells, okay? These bubble cells. So these are known as your foamy histiocytes or your lepra cells. So this is how your skin biopsy will look. You will have a thinned out epidermis. See, the epidermis is thinned out. এর আগের epidermisটা দেখো কেমন ছিল? You are seeing these proper reti ridges, these foldings, দেখতে পাচ্ছ তো? কিন্তু in lepromatous leprosy তে কি দেখছি? We are seeing that it has thinned out. Your epidermis is thinned out and you have a clear space below your epidermis, and your dermis is showing these foamy cells. These are the lepra cells which is seen in lepromatous leprosy. So further ami ki dekhbo? This is also one more biopsy where you are seeing this thinned out epidermis, a clear zone beneath the epidermis, and the dermis showing these diffuse sheets of histiocytes or your lepra cells. আর মনে রাখবে এই ক্লিয়ার জোনটাকে বলে Gran's zone, okay, which is seen in your lepromatous leprosy. And if you do a modified Zn stain to see the Mycobacterium leprae, তাহলে তুমি কি দেখবে? দেখো ভরে তোমার Mycobacterium lepribacilli. These are your acid fast bacilli. ঠিক আছে, এই pink যেগুলো দেখছো, ঠিক আছে, this is a modified Zn stain to see your lepra bacilli. ঠিক আছে, because this is multibacillary, তাই জন্য তুমি এতটা bacilli দেখতে পাচ্ছ। ঠিক আছে, যখনই আমরা skin biopsy পাই, we see these features, we are suspecting a lepromatous leprosy, immediately we'll send the slide for a modified Zn stain to look for your lepra bacilli. ঠিক আছে, কোনো ডাউটস লেপ্রেসি নিয়ে? ঠিক আছে, নেক্সট কামিং টু সিস্টিসার্কোসিস। সিস্টিসার্কোসিস এর পজিটিভ অর্গানিজম কি? হ্যাঁ, কিভাবে ট্রান্সমিট হয়? টিনিয়া সোলিয়াম, হ্যাঁ, কন্টামিনেটেড ফুড। ঠিক আছে, কন্টামিনেট, তো এখানে টিস্যু ইনফেক্টেড কজড বাই ইনজেকশন অফ দ্য লার্ভাল সিস্ট and it is caused by the organism Taenia solium. So now it is usually acquired by swallowing food, water or feces which is contaminated by your Taenia solium eggs. In cysticercosis, the human represents the intermediate host and the parasite, they develop cysticerci in various organs. So what is teniasis? It is infection caused by the adult tapeworm in human intestines. And cysticerci is the larval form of the tapeworms found within a fluid-filled cyst. So, আমি কি দেখাবো এবার? This is the diagram of your cysticercus. So, what is it? You are seeing a fluid-filled area with an invaginated head. ঠিক আছে? এই হেডের মধ্যে কি থাকবে? These are the suckers and these are the hooks. So, what is the function of these? অ্যাটাচমেন্ট। ঠিক আছে, তো সাকার্স আর হুকস গুলো গিয়ে আমাদের ইন্টেস্টাইনাল ওয়ালে গিয়ে অ্যাটাচ করতে হেল্প করে। ঠিক আছে, সো কামিং টু দ্য ট্রান্সমিশন। সো ট্রান্সমিশন ইজ ইন হিউম্যানস ইজ বাই টু ওয়েজ। সো ফার্স্ট ইজ দ্য লার্ভাল সিস্ট। তাতে কি হয়, লার্ভাল সিস্ট কিভাবে আমাদের মধ্যে ঢুকবে? ইফ উই টেক আন্ডারকুকড পর্ক বা contaminated water, okay, the water which is contaminated by Taenia solium eggs. ঠিক আছে, so once we take this, the larval cysts, they will enter the intestine, তাই তো, গিয়ে intestinal wall এ গিয়ে they will get attached and they will mature into adult tapeworms. ঠিক আছে, so এটা একটা mode of transmission. আরেকটা mode of transmission হচ্ছে ingestion of these eggs through contaminated food or water. So these larvae, they hatch, they penetrate through the gut wall and they disseminate into the blood circulation. ঠিক আছে, blood circulation. Our most serious form of manifestation ki, if through the circulation it enters the brain. আবার যদি brain এ গিয়ে effect হয়, it becomes a more severe form. So that is known as your neurocysticercosis. So now this is how your cysticercosis, this is a muscle which is infected by your cysticerci. So what you are seeing a cystic space, right? So as I told you, the cysticerci is made of a fluid filled cyst, right? So এই জন্য এরকম সিস্টিক দেখতে হয়। যখন গ্রসলি আমি এরকম একটা সিস্ট পাবো, আমি বুঝতে পারবো কি এটা নিউরোসিস্টিসার্কোসিস, নিউরো বলছি, সিস্টিসার্কোসিস বুঝতে পারবো না। সো আমাদের তখন মাইক্রোস্কোপিক্যালি দেখতে হবে। ঠিক আছে, হোয়াট ডু উই সি? সো এখানে দিস ইজ আ মাসল টিস্যু উইচ ইজ ইনফেক্টেড বাই ইয়োর সিস্টিসার্কোসিস। সো এবার কি হবে, যখন তুমি বায়োপসি করবে তখন আমরা এটা ডায়াগনোস করতে পারবো। সো এবার কি ভাবে তুমি ডায়াগনোসিস করতে পারো? একটা হচ্ছে ইয়োর ল্যাব টেস্টিং, যেটা হচ্ছে অ্যান্টিবডি টেস্ট করতে পারো তুমি। তার সাথে সাথে ইমেজিং এখানে খুব ইম্পর্টেন্ট রোল প্লে করে। ঠিক আছে, তো এখানে রেডিওলজিস্ট তোমাকে রিপোর্টে দিয়ে দেবে যে ইট লুকস লাইক এ ফ্লুইড ফিল্ড সিস্টিক লিজন সাসপেক্টিং আ সিস্টিসার্কোসিস ইনফেকশন। ঠিক আছে, তো এখানে আমরা এক্সরেস করতে পারি, সিটি স্ক্যানস করতে পারি, আর ব্রেন এমআরআই অফ দ্য ব্রেন করতে পারি। or else we can do your lumbar puncture and study the CSF, or we can do a biopsy. ঠিক আছে, so এইখানে বায়োপসিতে কি দেখছি আমরা? This is a tissue biopsy which is showing a cysticerci. ঠিক আছে, এখানে কি দেখছো? এখানে তুমি এই স্কোলেক্স আর এই হুকলেটস গুলো দেখছো। ঠিক আছে, so this is how your cysticercosis manifestation looks in a biopsy.